y'all, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a returning viewer. I'm Maisie, and this is Maisie with a Z, and today we're going to be talking about my February TBR, which I may have gone a little overboard in, considering it's the shortest month. I know it's been a while since I posted a video. It's been a pretty busy January, but I'm hoping to finally get my 2024 wrap-up videos with like top reads of the year, most anticipated releases of 2025, etc. up in the next few weeks. We'll see. A few of them are already filmed and a few of them I still have to film, so it's gonna depend, but that's the goal. Yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the February TBR because there are a lot of books on here. First up is the book I have to finish, which is A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. I started this at the beginning of January and I am just under 300 pages in, and it's, 800 pages long. So it's like I can finish it. I'm really enjoying it. It's so heavy. It's so large, so like I can't bring it with me in my backpack when I also have other stuff. So I'm like, if I know I'm gonna have time before a meeting or something, I can't just whip this out because I can't carry any other books that I need for like classes and stuff when I have this. But yes, I am enjoying it. Need to finish it in February. If nothing else, or actually a good chunk of these books are for class, so other than those, if nothing else, if I finish this, then I will have at least accomplished something. So there's that. I am really enjoying it so far. I loved Prior the Orange Tree, so like I'm not surprised, but it's really fun and I really enjoy all the characters, and I don't know, I'm excited to see where it goes. Next up, we have the 4 books I will be reading this month for my English class that I'm taking this quarter. I'm only taking 1 this quarter, which is like, usually I take at least 2, but it's the way my schedule worked out. So the first of those, which I'm already halfway through, is Mary Barton by Elizabeth Gaskell. My English class is basically reading books that depict labor movements and are dealing with ideas of capital and labor organization. So I'm really enjoying this. This is my first Elizabeth Gaskell book. I'm 220 pages in of like 380, so I'm a good chunk of the way through. I'm really enjoying, it's a depressing book. Like, it's very sad. Lots of people die. But I'm enjoying Elizabeth Gaskell's writing and everything. I think it's a really interesting depiction of the different layers of Manchester society at the time, and especially like the labor movements and conditions of factory workers during an age of increasing use of machines to replace human workers. And it definitely feels as relevant today as it did then with, the increasing mechanization of jobs by computers and AI. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think it's really interesting. Next up for that class is Blood on the Forge by William Attaway. And this is about Black workers during the Great Migration, I believe. I don't know that much about it, but I'm excited to read it. I know it's like a very influential book, and I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be interesting. Then we have Thomas Rivera's Y no se le trago la tierra, or And the Earth Did Not Devour Him. This is about Mexican-American migrant farmers, and again, don't know that much about it other than that, but excited for this. And then finally we have Lucy by Jamaica Kincaid, and it's about an au pair from the Caribbean, and it's about the crack she gradually notices in the family she's working for. And if I had to guess, I'm guessing of these 3 books, this is the one I'm going to like the most, just because I generally tend to enjoy books more that are like more focused around like a small set of characters. Well, that's not necessarily true, because like I love War and Peace. But I would say the general premise of this is definitely the most appealing to me of all of them, just in terms of what I would generally expect the story structure to be like from the description. But I'm really excited for this. I've never read any of Jamaica Kincaid's work before, and yeah, again, I think this is the one I'm most excited for of these 3 books for this class, besides Mary Barton, which I'm already halfway through, so I know how I feel about it. And then, because I'm only taking 1 English class this quarter, and I'm taking 2 creative writing classes, usually I take 4 classes per quarter, and so because I'm not doing that, then I've assigned myself kind of like a self-study syllabus of Victorian novels in preparation for my thesis, where I want to work on Victorian children's literature by female authors. The purpose of like the books I'm assigning myself is more to fill in gaps in my knowledge of like major Victorian literature. So like I've read the Brontes and some Dickens and whatever, but like get a fuller idea of it. So I have Jan Barry's Peter Pan and Kensington Gardens and Peter and Wendy, which obviously contains like the Peter Pan story. I've never read any of these, but I do think they're important to read for my thesis, which will be focusing on like themes of childhood and everything. So yes. And then we have The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, where never read this before. Really excited, because obviously I've heard like tons and tons and tons about it, and excited to finally actually read it. And then we also have Dracula by Bram Stoker, and this is definitely the longest of these 3 books. I know it's an epistolary novel, and I'm excited to read it. I don't do super well with horror, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's fine. I don't know, I'm just really excited to finally read Picture of Dorian Gray and Dracula, because I've been meaning to get to them for so long. The fact that I'm only taking 3 classes this quarter like gives me a good opportunity to finally get to these books, to really focus in on them. And then last but not least, we have 8 books that are, you know, for fun books rather than books for class or books I'm assigning myself for academic purposes. Because it's Valentine's Day, it's very heavily romance focused. So the first of these is an e-arc, which is Where Shadows Bloom by Catherine Bakewell, and this is expected out February 11th, so I need to get on it. I'm filming this on February 1st, but it's pitched as like sapphic romantasy, noblewoman and knight romance, and it's supposed to be like very like lush, fairy tale-esque world. And so anyway, I think it's definitely supposed to be more on like the whimsical romance side of fantasy romance. I don't know how much of a fantasy plot there's going to be, but super excited. I'm always here for sapphic fantasy in any form, so it's gonna be fun. And like the cover is so beautiful, like look at that, absolutely stunning. So super excited for this. This is definitely my top priority other than Day of Fallen Night, because it's an arc and it's coming out. Then we have another arc, which I'm very behind on reading because it came out in October, but that's Gentlest of Wild Things by Sarah Underwood. This is sapphic retelling of Eros and Psyche. It's set in a Greek-inspired fantasy world. Gonna be super fun. I know I'm going to love it. I have no reason for not having read it yet. Like, I need to get to this. And again, beautiful cover. Look at that. My big goal for this year is finally getting to my backlog of arcs that I have not reviewed yet. Where my bigger problem is not reading them, it's remembering to review them. Or more accurately, remembering to finally post my reviews when I publish my YouTube reviews of it, because I usually end up posting my reviews, I just don't submit them to NetGalley, and that's my bigger problem. Anyway, that's a big goal for this year, is fix my NetGalley backlog of unsubmitted reviews. And then I've got 6 physical books. So the first of those is Peter Lyre's Rating Normal, and this is YA. It features an autistic heroine. It's basically about her living her life masking super, super heavily, and when a new girl comes to school and she gets a crush on her, then she starts to kind of lose hold of her routine and her masking strategies and everything. I live for autistic rep and I live for sapphic rep, so I'm sure I'm going to love this, and it's been on my TBR for far too long. Where I ordered this, it's by an Australian author, and so I don't think it came out in the United States, and I ordered it from Book Depository back when that was a thing. So I've owned it for a while. God, I miss Book Depository. Rest in peace. So yes, I'm super excited for this. It's gonna be so good, and I'm just excited for Autism Rep. It's been a while since I read like an Autism Rep book, so really excited for that. I'm gonna have to start building up my TBR for April, which is Autism Acceptance Month. So like last April I read like 8 books with autistic main characters. I'm gonna have to start figuring out what I'm gonna read for that, because I think this is the last one on my physical TBR. But yes, anyway, super excited. It's gonna be good. Then we have this beautiful cover, which is The Absinthe Underground by Jamie Pacton, and it's set in like a Belle Epoque inspired fantasy. So yeah, it's friends to lovers. It involves a heist, I think, and it's blurbed by Alison Saft and Alicia Jasinska, both of whom I absolutely adore. I don't know, it's just gonna, I have such high hopes for this. Like, it's sapphic pining and a heist and like cozy fantasy vibes and a like kind of glittery urban fantasy world, and I'm super excited. It's gonna be fun. It's also like so beautiful. Look at that, if it'll focus. And like the hardcover looks like this. So yeah, so pretty. I'm super excited. Yeah, I'm just like, I really hope I enjoy this. I will be very disappointed if I don't enjoy this. Next we have The Stars Too Fondly by Emily Hamilton, and this is sapphic rom-com in space, I think, where one character and her friends accidentally steal a spaceship, I think, and then she ends up having this romance with like the ship's captain. It's supposed to be super fun. I'm not expecting stunning world building or anything. I think it's just trying to be sapphic rom-com set in space, and sometimes that's all you need, and so that's all I'm looking for here. It's another beautiful cover. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm trying to get more into science fiction. This is definitely, I think, not going to be a masterpiece of science fiction writing, but I'm hoping it'll at least be cute sapphic vibes. Next up, we have The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love by India Holton. She's the author of the Dangerous Damsel series, which I absolutely adored. It was so much fun. It was super chaotic and just this like whimsical Victorian-inspired magical world, and with like tons of literary references and at least 2 autistic main characters, and India Holton's autistic, so I don't know if this is gonna have autism rep or not, but it's at least an autistic author. So yeah, it's rival ornithologists searching for the same like magical bird in England, and it's pitched as rival ornithologists hunt through England for a rare magical bird in this historical fantasy rom-com reminiscent of Indiana Jones but with manners, tea, and helicopter parasols. And like that's the vibes I come to India Holton for, so I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. God, I'm so excited. I know for a fact I'm going to adore this, and I hope it'll just be a really fun, light romance read for February. Next up, we have A Murderous Relation, which is book 5 in the Veronica Speedwell series, which I've been really enjoying. The book right before this, which was A Dangerous Collaboration, I think, was my favorite book in the series so far. They just keep getting better and better and better. This one, Veronica and Stoker are back in London and I think trying to solve the mystery of Jack the Ripper. So I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy this as much as the other ones. It's just not the sort of like mystery story I usually enjoy. I really enjoyed A Dangerous Collaboration, which was on like rural island town and super involved in like personal relationships and tensions between family members and everything. So I'm just not sure how much I'm going to enjoy the mystery in this, but I'm super excited to be back with Veronica and Stoker and read all about their dynamic. And yeah, I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this. I'm not sure vibes-wise if it will be my favorite Veronica Speedwell book so far. In fact, I'm pretty sure it won't be, but I'm sure it will at least be a solid 4 stars, if not 4.5. It could be 5. I don't know. But I know I'm going to enjoy it, whatever it is. And finally for this TBR, we have Lord of the Wilds by Annalise Brana. This I know involves a magic library, and I think it's a love triangle between a human girl and 2 fae men. Honestly, don't know much about the plot other than that, but it's a really pretty cover, and I will read anything that is pitched as magical library. So yeah, we have high hopes. Hopefully it'll be good. I really don't ask much from my Enchanted Library books. I'm a little hesitant about the love triangles. I don't love love triangles. Or like, my thing about love triangles is I'm okay with them if the reader knows who the person's gonna end up with and the other one's just a distraction. But like, I would basically always prefer no love triangles. I'm a little hesitant, but hopefully it's fine and hopefully it's good. So yeah, I'm just looking at this pile of books and being like, how do I expect to read all these in 28 days while also doing like school and midterm projects and whatever? And I don't know. That's not current me's problem. Current me's problem is just picking fun romance books I want to read this month because it's February and February is for reading fun romance books. So yeah, that's the vibe. I hope y'all are having a good day. Let me know in the comments what you're hoping to read in February. I would love to find out. If you have any recs along these lines, if you've read any of these books, let me know. I would love to hear. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more videos from me, you can find me on my blog, Goodreads, Instagram, and Storygraph at the links in the description. And yeah, thanks so much for watching to the end, and I'll see you later.